Welcome back everyone to Roo Studios Let's Play series of the Tekkit 1.2.9G mod pack. And I've just completed manufacturing over a long period of time all of these import buses here and some export buses as well. And these, what we'll go on with initially in this episode is how these are made. Again, it's a very long-winded process, just like most things with advanced energistics, like the drives. It takes a very long process to make these. And then we'll go through on exactly what sort of input buses there are, and a simple explanation of what they do. I'm not going to go into too much of the technical terms of it, because end of the day, if you really want to know the technical terms of it, there'll be specific tutorials all through YouTube that explain it. And that's not what this series is all about. It's all about building and seeing the concept of how things work. Okay, so basically what's happening now is I can put any ore I like into my ME network system, and I have filtered up here. Let me just climb these rudimentary stairs that I've made to get to the second level. So up here is the export buses. Now, in the export buses, when I right click on one of these, it shows the filter that I've got, which of what can go into each of these pulverizers. So when I throw any of these ores into our network system, it'll go straight out of the network system and into that pulverizer. Once it's pulverized, it goes over to the basic import bus there and back into the system, back into the storage system. Now, they name these things export and import not because they import into the machine, but that they import into the ME system. So it's a little bit backwards, but you've got to understand that applied energistics, applied or advanced energistics made these for their own mod pack. So if you're exporting out of the mod pack. If you're importing into the mod pack. So just be aware that when you put these together, it's not going into the machine as an import. It's exporting out of the system. That you need to remember. Okay, so all these buses here are called ME precision export buses, and they're precision because you can actually put a filter on them. Okay, you can move stack at a time, so you can set it up to move 64 items at a time, or you can move single items or crafting it. You can always craft items, or you can move single items. It doesn't matter. And those different modes, I'm not going to get into because it's fairly detailed, and there'll be, if you want, just send me a message and I'll do a separate tutorial on those and show you and explain how they all work. And then you have your redstone mode, which is active without a signal, active with a signal, active on a pulse, or leave it blank and always active. So I usually leave these always active because I'm not interested in pulsing these in at this stage in this setup. So I'm leaving it happy for them to stay in. I just use a filter system here to put into the pulverizers and the redstone furnaces what I want, and the end state is basically what sits in the ME system. Alright, so it's a fairly simple system. I just use these as a filter from the network into the machines, and that's it. Now there are 8 different types of buses. I'll just come down here and I'll set something up for you. We have, first off, is the precision export bus. Let me just run it across here. The precision export bus. Then we right click on that. It's again the filter. That's what I use at the top of my machines, basically to go from the network system into a machine, right? And you can filter it out. The next one is a fuzzy export bus, right? Works exactly the same, except it ignores the NBT values of the items, and that basically means that it'll just grab the item regardless of what condition it's in. So it becomes a very much more generic input bus than the precision export bus. Sorry, export. My mistake. We then have, let me just go to the export buses here, not the imports. Okay, we have our basic export bus, which is basically just goes out of the system into whatever you have it going into. These are used possibly for interfaces, ME interfaces, which we'll get into later. I don't use these a lot because really there's no filtration on them, and if you hook them up to your network system, there's no telling what they'll do or what they'll actually put into things. There's also the fluid export bus. Now this is used to gather all your fluids and put into your ME network system when it has a fluid terminal or a access terminal for fluids, and we'll use those once we start getting our fluid storage set up. Now for the import buses, we have a fuzzy import bus, same as the export, but we're going the other way now. Okay, we have a basic import bus. Now I use this one a lot, basically on the back of my machines here. These are all basic import buses. So once I've processed the ore or the dust, whatever is left over, I want to just go straight back into the system. So there's no filtration needed, just grab it, put it straight back into the system. Okay, and what else is there? We have our precision import bus. So if you wanted to filter what comes out of the machine and into the system, you can do it with a precision import bus. Okay, we have our fluid import bus. Okay, and this just, you can actually dictate what sort of fluids can go through this, how much fluid goes through, so you can specify that, and it's the same redstone mode as you want as the other buses. Okay, there is one other bus called a storage bus. There's a fuzzy storage bus, a fluid storage bus, and a ME storage bus. Now the storage bus is used when we create sub-networks. Okay, and I won't go into those just yet. We'll when we get our game a bit more advanced, we'll go into those. So that's basically all the buses you need. The primarily ones that you'll use at this stage is your basic import bus and your precision export bus. Okay, those are the two main ones that you'll be using. To make them, fairly complex. Let's see if I can pull them up. So import first, your basic import bus. Okay, you need a ME interface. Okay, sticky piston, some iron and some cable. To make the ME interface, you need a conversion matrix. Now we've made those before in the other terminals. So ME cable, some glass and iron. Okay, ME first, we need our basic processor, and we go through the whole rigmarole there again. To me, it's kind of a ridiculous amount of manufacturing just for one import bus. I think the manufacturer, the designer of the mod pack, should probably make it a little bit easier. Excuse me, for what it is. But that's just me. I mean, he probably had a different idea about it. Okay, the export bus, very similar. Basic exports. No, we want the precision export bus. Okay. You need a ME basic export bus, which again, looking at it, you need the interface, you need the conversion matrix. So it's very, very similar, except this time when you make it, you're making it with a piston and not a sticky piston. Okay, so I'm not going to go through the manufacturing of these things and the building of these things. I'm sure you're all intelligent enough to figure that out and go through the not enough items network recipe menus and stuff to build it all. So I'm just going to put these away for now, and we're going to go on with the other thing. Because this is all finished now, we're going to go on with covering it all up. Now notice that these are not covered up nice and neatly. There's nothing touching these here, so you can straight down the aisle there. These here are what's called a microblock. To make a microblock, all we need to do is have a hacksaw in our hand. Sorry, a diamond saw it's called. Do I have it? No, let's see if it's in here. There it is, there's our diamond saw. To make our diamond saw, all we need is 2 sticks, some stone rods and a diamond. Now to make the stone rods, all we need is some stone, 2 stone, and when we put these stone together, there and there, we make 4 stone rods, just like that. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. Now once you have that, you've got all you need to make your micro blocks. That's the stone, that's it, that's all you need there. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to grab some more bricks. Right, there they are there. Now there's a number of different blocks. In fact there's heaps and heaps and heaps of different bricks. If we go into our not enough items and we type in brick, okay, you can see down here all the different types of micro blocks that you can make, and there are heaps of them, as you can see. Now what I might do is just grab some glowstone as well. Just one will do. Now normally a lot of people use glowstone to light their place up, as you can see in my area here. I'm using one complete block to light areas up. That's with forged micro blocks. That is a very expensive way of lighting the place up. And what I'll do is I'll prove my point. To make a to slice up your block, you put the hacksaw in the top corner of your personal crafting area here. Put the glowstone beneath it, and you slice it in half and get 2 slabs. We could put it up here, nothing happens. Could put it here, nothing happens. Down here, it puts it into 2 slabs. Okay, what you can do now is you can put that in again, and you make 2 panels. Okay, we do it again, and we make 2 covers, and that's as narrow as it gets. So now you've got 3 different thicknesses here to make stuff. Now what we can do is we can grab this slab and we can put it to the right of the hacksaw blade, and we get a pillar. Right, pretty cool. So let's take that. What we can do is grab this pillar now and put it underneath, and we can make a post, or we can put it up here and make a notch. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll make a post first, put that there, and what we can do with this post is we can go and make a strip, which is even finer, or we can make a corner. Alright, so let's grab this and let's make a strip. Okay, so see how it's getting smaller and smaller, and I think that's as far as it goes. But what we can do with our strip is place it over here and make a nook. So let's grab our nook now. So now you can see we've grabbed 1 block of glowstone, and we can grab this little nook here, and I'll just drop that, sorry. We can go place this in a dark spot somewhere, like that, and light the place up. Now isn't that pretty cool? So a little tiny bit of glowstone there lights the joint up. So while you have 1 piece of glowstone, you can light the place up. With 1 glowstone block, you can do quite a lot of lighting with just 1 glowstone block. Okay, that also uses decorative blocks and the like, and I'll just pull this out now and I'll show you some other stuff here. Alright, now when we face it up against, see how it's got a cross on the block? All you can do is place it in those 4 corners there. Okay, there is some limitations of what it can do. Now if we grab another piece of item, see how the block changes now? Alright, you can only place this on the corners, so decorations like that. If we grab the next size up and maybe grab this post, right, notice we can now place it in the center and have it jutting out. Okay, like that. So there's a few things we can do with these things as far as decorations go. We can also place it on the side as well. Okay, and in the center. Now we grab the pillar. We can do the same thing. Right, stick it in the center or put it on the sides. We can grab the slab. With the slab we can put it sideways like that and face on the center as well. Okay, stick it out. Alright, see that? You can stand it up, and you see the shape on the block of where you can place it. Okay, same for the cover. Alright, same thing, and for the panel and the slab. So there's any number of things you can do with these blocks as far as decoration goes. It really opens up the whole micro blocks. It really opens up the design of your bases when you can slice blocks up to that thin. I use the pillars a lot to make stairs of blocks that don't have the design for stairs. For example, I'll put for example down here I'll put a post there like that, and I can actually just walk up the stairs. Okay, so there's any number of things you can do decoration wise. I'm sure there's more creative minds out there than I have, than me, that can come up with all sorts of ideas. But what we do here is I'm going to make some covers here to cover up the front of these pipes. So just grab a hacksaw, I'll grab half of them, make two panels, and I'll make some covers. Now I'm going to make a heap of covers because we use these all the time. Alright, and all I do now, oops, did it again. All we do is just place it on top of the pipework, and that hides our pipework. Alright, looks pretty cool. We can do the same back here, but because we've got pipes coming down here, we need to come back a second block, so we don't need to have covers there. Now the other issue we have is, if we look at these ones here, see the centerpiece, let me just get off this, see that piece coming into the pipe there? These blocks here aren't micro blocks, they're called facades. Okay, now if we grab a facade here they are here, right? This is a BC Buildcraft Transport plug-in block, and to make them, we have a brick one here. If I go after that, we need the assembly table, and we can make a facade. There's 54 pages here, so we can make a facade out of pretty much any block we need. As you can see there's heaps of them. So you can cover up the pipework of a whole range of stuff. Now what we need is a cobblestone structure pipe, and they're easy enough to make. All you need is a transport pipe with some gravel. To make the cobblestone transport pipe is a simple matter of grabbing some stone or some cobblestone in between some glass, and you make a cobblestone transport pipe. Now I've got a heap of these items in here that I've made in my laser room where we have our assembly table, and there's my cobblestone structure pipe, some jungle wood planks and some stone brick planks. Now we can do the same with any item we have there. We can make a facade, so we can put stone in there, and now we have a stone facade if we want it. Okay, but I'm going to want some stone brick facades here, so I'm going to click on that, all right, and let the lasers do their thing. Okay, it's shining blue now, looking pretty awesome. It's a lot quicker to make this stuff than the chipsets and stuff, probably because it's a little bit simpler to, a little bit cheaper stuff to make, so it speeds it up a touch. All right, and we're going to cover up these. Now I want to show you something. I'm going to put a cover on, see we've got a facade here. I'm going to put this Microblocks cover over the ME cable, and notice when I put it on, see it jutting out a little bit? Right, that means that the cover, the microforged cover, doesn't work the same on ME cables as it does on the other pipework. Alright, so we need a facade to cover up the ME cabling network rather than a microblock. The downside of the microblocks is when we notice how I can destroy a microblock here and it doesn't break anything else. Okay, it just breaks the microblock. With the facade, however, it will break the pipe as well. As you see there, it breaks out the pipe. So I just need to put that back. Okay, get the facade, there it is there. And basically it's just a matter of placing it on the brick. There it is there, comes back together again. So be aware of that. I'll just finish covering off these while I'm making those other facades. And I like doing this because it just makes things look a whole lot neater. Doesn't affect the opening and closing of chests too, so that's all pretty cool. There it is there. I'll grab some other blocks. I've got some blocks here, and I can put the blocks down here, like so, because these don't need to be facades here. We need a cover there. Now, see how we've got a big hole in there like that? There is a way, microblocks allow you to actually dress that up a bit as well. So let me grab a marble block. That'll do. And what you can do is we can turn it into a panel. Sorry, a cover. And then what we can do is we can go to our crafting area, get rid of that, and we can make like that and make a hollow marble block, 8 of them, with a hole in the center. So when we cover this up, what we can do is when we put it in there, notice the shaded area, it comes around the hole. If you hit it there, so it covers that block up again like that and leaves a hole in there for you to do it. Okay, and we can just again cover that up. There, there, and there. We can put a block here. Now, with the facades, do I have another side? I'll go to the facades here. Let me just put another block, small blocks here. More covers there and there. Okay. And what we can do now is we'll grab the rest of our facades. I've probably made a heap of them now. 24, that'll do for now, so I'll just turn this off. Grab some of these. Now, with the facades, there's a thing you can do with the facades as well. I won't do it through there, I'll do it through here. When I put this facade on, it'll actually cover over this hole here, but it will automatically put a hole in the middle for us for that particular block. If I put it there, no, that didn't work. Put that cable back in. Let me just try and get up here. Okay, what I did here, you can see it there. What I did here, let me just destroy that again for you. Bit of a roundabout way of getting there, but I got there in the end. I'll just destroy that cable, and I'll put the cable here back on. There it is there. So what I did is I said, alright, I'm going to put a facade there, like so, and a facade there, like so, and then I put the cable right there. And notice how it put the hole through the facade so it can connect to the pipework, and we now have a nicely covered hole through the brickwork. Alright, and that's all working fine and dandy. Okay, so that's how we make, that's the beauty thing about facades. You don't need to create a block with a hole in it, it'll do it for you. With this cover here, like that. Cover these up. And there, that needs to be a block. Just there. And there. Cover all that up. And there we have it. Our nicely covered up polarizers and furnaces. I can do the same for this area here, and I will. I'll cover this area up as well with blocks, and I'll just chop out the blocks as I need them. In fact, let's just do that right now. Just cover this area up. Get some more bricks. Okay, and there we have it. I'll cover this area up here as well. Now I'm putting these walls here for now, but we'll be knocking these walls out as we need to expand our ME network system. And I can run pipes underneath the floor and around the place, and right, this will be our storage cum processing area. And that's it. That's the finished product. I can put a door. In fact, I might do that right now. Let's get some wood and make a spruce door. Just makes a wooden door. That's right, it's 1.6.4, isn't it? It only makes wooden doors. Come around here, plonk the wooden door there, and down. Right, so that takes us to our back section of the area, and some plumbing if we need to get into it. Okay, and there we have it. That is our ore processing and ingot manufacturing center, where we can do it manually or we can do it straight from the ME network system. Now I'm going to leave the top open a little bit up here because I need to sort out the filtration system up the top here to give me what I want when I put stuff through. And then once I'm happy with that, I'll then close that off, and you won't even know the pipework's inside the floor. Okay, that's it for this tutorial. Hope you enjoyed it and got something out of it. Again, if you need more information on those buses, just send me a message on this channel, on this video, and I'll put together a tutorial in my demo world explaining exactly what they do. Alright, but they're pretty basic. Just got to remember that import is importing into the network system, and exporting is exporting out of the network system. Okay, if you're enjoying the series, please like and subscribe and share. It helps me out, and I'll see you on the next tutorial. Bye for now.